Hey guys, I'm definitely sick, so that really sucks. I officially cannot go anywhere and just going to have to quarantine myself for at least 2 weeks. But I'm still gonna try to do everyday things, get some work done and stuff. Today I was already much better than yesterday. I went out, even though I got up quite late. I got up and went outside, took care of the horses. Now I just got in to eat something, but while the food is cooking, I'm going to get out and get some firewood. It's always good to have the woods ahead of time before I use it, so that they will nicely dry up in the house. So I'm gonna do that. Look at this weather. It's been raining and spraying all day. Completely overcast. Haven't seen the sun at all. Everything's pretty wet, and it's great. It's also very windy, as you can see. This is where we keep our firewoods. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing a Tetris because all this wood looks so funky. Hey guys, it is midnight right now and I should probably be sleeping, but I don't know, I just feel like making a video. I don't usually like to talk about my struggles. I'm kind of a person who likes to keep things inside me and deal with it on my own. About a couple months ago, I actually took this health survey from this healthcare provider for our school, and then the result came back and it said that I might have a sleep related issue and possibly some depressive symptoms. So they recommended to see a nurse to check that out. And about a month ago I got an appointment with a nurse, and we chatted basically about how my life is going and how things are in general. And at that point things were already looking pretty good. So I told her about how I'm building up my routines and trying to have a healthier life. But she still recommended seeing a psychologist. I know it could be really helpful, so I decided to just try it. Like, why not? And the fees will be paid for me anyway. So shortly after that, I got my first counseling session with the psychologist. Overall, I think it was a pretty good experience for me. It's not that the psychologist was giving like amazing advices or anything, but just the fact that I had someone to open up to and just let out everything that was in my mind that I've been holding really deeply inside me. It was very liberating. That made me realize that the most important part of the whole healing process is to share and say it out loud. As I mentioned earlier, I don't really like to share dark stuff in my mind, especially with my family, because I'm always afraid that they're going to worry so much. But sometimes it's also really weird that it is easier to share my pain and suffering with complete strangers than to the people that are close in my life. But I started to share my thoughts more especially with my mom and some of my friends. So at least that's been really good for me. I hope that it's not such a burden to them. Mm-hmm. Come here. Come on. Hi, kitty. Say hi. So this is also part of that practice of me sharing my struggles. I'm not really sure if people can really see my struggles usually, because I think I hide them pretty well. I look perfectly normal. I look confident enough. But I think my biggest struggle is definitely coming from lack of confidence. I am a fourth year grad student, and I definitely had a much higher expectation of me, of where I would be and what level of knowledge that I was going to have by this time. I've always had very high expectations from my family and also from myself. I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to know things. I wanted to be respected. I think that's mostly just who I am. I always liked doing well. I wanted to be the best in everything that I do. But it's also definitely the culture that I grew up with, where I was competing with many other kids. So I think that definitely stuck to me, even up to my adult life. I was always an overachiever, but I did really enjoy putting in all the effort and studying extras and doing things that other people were not doing. And that really paid off. And when I went to college, that attitude of doing extras and doing more was really helpful in getting through all the difficult courses. And I had great friends around me, and I really enjoyed all the challenges that college level courses were giving me. I think I was at my peak of my confidence level when I was in sophomore year. And I really miss that, to this day, that feeling of knowing things and having that certainty and confidence of my knowledge. But that backfired really badly later on in my third year, because I was putting, again, way too much things on my plate than I can handle. I was taking way too many courses that were all very difficult, and I was confident that I was going to be able to do, and I was proud of myself for having such a busy, difficult schedule. But basically what happened is it really completely broke me. I was pretty much crying every day doing math and physics homeworks. If I stopped, I couldn't get the next day's homework, and I would be completely behind. But they were also so difficult, I had no time for a break. That was, I think, the most difficult time for me. After that, I really learned how important it is to just take it slow and take a break. Give myself a break. That took such a high toll on my mentality. So I still struggle to this day with the feeling that I'm not doing enough and I don't really know things well enough, and that I'm just not enough. But because what appears in the surface is so good, I still have really good grades. I have excellent CV, but I just feel that my real self wasn't quite up to that. And it basically started to make me feel that I was a fraud. And that's how I honestly feel sometimes. It's like, objectively, I know that I am a very capable person, but in my mind I just don't believe myself. I think that's the core of my anxiety and my struggles. I think in grad school it affects me even more, because when you become a grad student and you stop taking courses, there are no grades that shows how much work that you're doing and how well you're doing. There's just no indication. So I'm sometimes afraid that people are going to see through me and see that I am not really that smart and creative person that I appear to be. But thankfully, that fear usually goes away when I actually talk to my professor or my supervisor or my colleagues. So I am really grateful for them. Another thing is, because there's no indicator of how well you're doing, such as grades, it is sometimes really difficult to see how much I am actually doing. Sometimes you spend a full day doing something, but the result is not so significant. There's just not enough output compared to the input that I put in. As I mentioned earlier, I struggle with the feelings that I'm not doing enough, that I'm not achieving enough. So when my confidence is low, and then I start to feel that I'm running behind and just not doing enough, then that really kills the motivation to do more, and it's really difficult to be excited about the work that I do. But with that, I am trying a few different strategies, and it's been working really well, but it kinda just fell through lately. I didn't really get any work done today, like research work, and I'm starting to feel a little guilty about that. Yeah, so basically what I'm struggling right at the moment is that feeling that I am running behind. Now that I'm home, it's more difficult to keep my focus and keeping my motivations up, and all of that is making me guilty, and which makes things even less desirable. Yeah, I think it's nice to say these things out loud so that I can stop punishing myself. And I've been working on forgiving myself when I feel this way, and I do feel this way quite often. That it's okay to take a break, and it's okay that I get up sometimes late. When I really need the break, I need to take a break so that I can start fresh and a little more motivated. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has a similar struggles. So if you're feeling this way, just forgive yourself, really. You are doing everything that you can, and sometimes our body and our brain just need a break, and it's okay to take a break. So I hope you guys don't find this video too depressing, because for me it feels nice to finally say these things out loud and tell people that this is how I truly feel. Okay, I think now I'm gonna go to bed because my tea is getting a little cold and I am really tired now. Thanks for watching my video again today, and I hope you guys have a very nice week. I'll see you next time. Bye.